Hey you, this is Intimidating Scones and it's late. I can't sleep and for some reason when I record using Minecraft there's this horrible hissing noise. And it is something to do with the recording program and Minecraft working together or not working together. I don't care because I need to talk. I need to talk and I don't care who listens. I don't care who laughs and I don't care anymore because I am so tired of hiding. Pretty much coming out. Oh, there we go. Oh, there's flowers over there and a whole lot of not loading over here. Horses. Not that I will likely have a saddle anytime soon. Lava. Ah. I've had the flu, and I have equated my experience to the flu, and yes, it's ridiculous. I didn't look around for my chest. I wonder where my chest went. Um, Crap, I may just end up punching a tree. But I'm tired of the metaphors. Hello, chest. I see you right there. I'm tired of the metaphors. I'm tired of the fear. I'm tired of the judgment. I keep telling myself I'm not going to take it anymore, but it comes from everywhere. And people do it without realizing it, and then get angry at me when I'm hurt by it. I had PTSD. Common misconception and myth surrounding PTSD is that, ooh, I'm going there. There's a tree on top. Calls my scony name. Common misconception and myth around PTSD is that you can't recover from it. And that's ridiculous. It is an ailment just like everything else, that there is there's a treatment, there's a process, it takes time, it takes effort, and it's painful. I mean, it's as painful as anything else, you know? Flu's no fun to have. Just try having PTSD. And the last time I told someone, um, he looked at me funny and said, "That doesn't make sense. You've never been to war." I can't even remember if I was offended by that, but I'm definitely bewildered by it. And I know that it's just people don't know what it is, what it does to a person, or why it even happens. By people, I mean the common folk. I mean just everyday people. I mean the same sort of everyday people that don't know why the phases of the moon happen. Sad thing is, some really smart people just don't have any experience with PTSD because it's not something we talk about and it's not something we teach. It's actually something we avoid a lot. Avoid talking about, avoid believing. We don't want to believe that it's something that happens, and it's something that happens to people who are perfectly capable and perfectly normal and aren't a definition of their problems. Just like, you know, just like you wouldn't say that someone is nothing but the wheelchair they sit in. You can't just think that someone with PTSD will forever be alienated from society because of it. It's only if society decides to alienate them for the rest of their goddamn lives, which is what I'm looking at right now. Because I put the effort in. I worked for so long and so hard in ways that nobody else around me has had to work, and dealing with problems that nobody else around me has had to deal with. And I pray to anybody smiling down on us, if you're out there, I don't want anyone else to have to deal with this. And I think it's good that they haven't. But I think it's bad that we as a society have decided that it's something we can't talk about, and the people that have gone through it are suddenly someone who shouldn't be part of our society. We turn the other way and we don't want to talk to them or about them. We just want them to go away. I'm I'm a human being. I am a perfectly normal human being. Sure, I'm eccentric, and you can say there's no such thing as normal, but it's pretty normal to be a little weird and to think a little differently and to kind of just be your own person. But nobody wants to think of me like that. Ooh, waterfall. They, I'm constantly being subjected to weird definitions of what people think PTSD means, what I've been through must mean. Oh, it's just barren here. Pretty waterfall overlooking nothing pretty. That's too bad. Rather than anyone seeing me as an interesting person, people who know my past see me as a product of it. Whenever I'm angry, I'm triggered. Yes, in the past, I've been triggered a lot. And yes, it makes me angry when I'm triggered. And the reason for that is because most of the people I hang around know my triggers, and they weren't willing to avoid them. They kept telling me, I shouldn't have to walk on eggshells around you. But that's like, I don't know. That's like telling your friend with a broken leg, you know, we shouldn't have to go in the handicap entrance because of you. I mean, seriously, is it that big of a deal? Aren't I worth a little bit of help? I guess I wasn't. I wasn't worth anything to anyone. Nobody. I did it all myself. I went through all that work alone. I conquered it alone. I learned a lot. The problem is, now that it's over and it's gone, it's not over to anyone else. They, even after all this time, are saying things like, I have to prove that I'm normal, without so much of a thought as to how would one go about proving normality. What does that mean? What does that look like to you? What is it that I am about to prove to you? Ah, it looks like a nice place. And things like, you'll never actually be normal. That one upset me quite a lot. I was told that it will forever follow me, and that problems in my life will always be more difficult because of this thing in my past. Well, yeah, I have some beef. I should cook some of that up. I don't believe that. Hello, butter. Ooh, and he gave me butter. That's nice of him. You're gonna make me a bed. You're gonna make me a bed. And un mas. Uno mas? I never learned a language besides Latin. And even then, I never was very good at Latin. I think it's ridiculous to believe that I will forever be a victim, that I will forever be one thing I read was that afterwards, when at my point, people need to feel reaccepted back into society. That sure would be nice, I guess. But it's not happening. What I'm actually getting is basically everyone at every turn telling me I don't deserve to come back to society. I don't deserve to be a part of it because I don't know, because they said so? Ah. I wasn't even blocking. How did that not kill me? Dirt, dirt, give me the dirt. I'm tired of hiding it. Because the next person is going to say, that I'm crazy. The next person is going to tell me I deserve all this. That the next person is going to tell me that I will forever have scars. Where did you get that off a cereal box? You'll always have these scars. What the hell are you defining as scars? I'm fine, people. My mom said that I'm not trustworthy because basically one of the things that happens with PTSD is that you go through the same stages of, oh, hello. You go through the same stages as dealing with death. So you have these 5 stages. It's what is it? Denial, anger, depression. No, I'm missing one. Compromise, depression. Oh dear. I just heard the sizzle and knew it was all over. Acceptance. I accept that I was blown up by a creeper. So my mom said I'm not trustworthy because of my denial phase. Turns out she hasn't really been believing anything that I've told her for this whole time, because all this time ago, I went through a phase of denial. And when I came out of it, I had to go to her and say, okay, I was in denial. This is the truth. She was not happy with me. I don't know what else to say about it other than that's how it goes. This is life. It's not always pretty and wrapped up. I was in pain. Horrible, horrible pain. The kind of pain that is so horrible, people like to pretend it can't exist. Not just that it doesn't exist, but that it can't. Years have passed since that day, that time when I told her, remember what I said before? Well, here's the truth. And she told me recently that I'm just not trustworthy because I didn't tell her the truth from the beginning, even though it wasn't that I was lying to her. It was that I was so scared of the truth and so upset by my reality that I didn't tell her. I didn't tell myself. I didn't admit to myself. I mean, in my mom's defense, she's had her fair share of terror in her life. And maybe believing that I am not trustworthy, that she can't believe anything I've said, is her way of... Whoa, that was creepy. You are a creepy dog. You don't get my bones. Freaking exorcist dog over there. And maybe believing that that I was just lying about it so that it doesn't have to be real to her. But I'm back. I'm not in pain anymore. I haven't been triggered in 3 months. I've been angry. I've been angry because I've told 5 people before this video, and not a one of them believed me. Not a one of them, which really devalued all the work that I put into it, years and years of effort. The kind of strain and crawling through the mires of hell that most people refuse to understand. Wow, that was easy. I read Dante's Inferno. I felt like I was in the 3rd level of hell. If I remember correctly, it was the 3rd. The river Styx. It's where people lay down to die. It's where people give up. They lay down in the mud and they never drag themselves up. Except for me, I was trying for years. years and years to drag myself out of the river, out of that hell. And now that I am back in the world of the living. Forgive my drama, I am a writer after all. All I'm getting is I don't believe you and prove it. I forgive everyone for why they must think these things, why they must think that I should be able to prove it. It's like earning trust back, right? Except when you earn trust back, you do trustworthy things. I guess I'm supposed to do normal things. Except I always did normal things. So, be extra normal? I've been a human being this whole time, despite popular belief. Creepy dog. Freaking die of starvation if I don't find a cow soon. Guess I shouldn't be jumping around all the place, but whatever. Huh. Pig, you are food. Sorry, dog. Just teleport to me, puppy. Hello, Oinker. You are made of food. Come here. Ugh. I can't prove anything to anyone. And in all honesty, I shouldn't have to. How much is that? Ugh. So, my mom said I don't believe you. Said I wasn't trustworthy. My sister said that it may seem like I'm better, but I will forever be tormented for the rest of my life. That things that when things get rough in my life in the future, I won't be able to handle them like a normal person. All my PTSD-ness will come rushing back to me. My other sister said that, well, can't you just prove to people that you're normal? It should take some time. You should forgive them for needing that time, as if it's the same thing as winning someone's trust back. My best friend said that the same thing, that I couldn't expect people to just believe me, that it would take time for them to accept. When I asked another of my friends, why is it hard to believe? He said it's because people view it like schizophrenia. PTSD is like schizophrenia, you just don't recover from it. I don't know a thing about schizophrenia. I don't know if it's curable. But I know people live decent lives with it. Couple patches of snow. It's so funny. They're kind of beautiful. God, this is such a funny game. I love it. And that friend that was telling me that people don't believe me because they believe PTSD is like schizophrenia. He didn't believe me at first either, and he swears, hand to God, that he does now. And maybe I'm a bad person for not believing him. But it seems like a cruel joke that the universe made, that he's the least likely person that I can spend time with. He's the only one that may actually believe me. And now you know. You know, because I want to talk about it. I want to talk about what I've been through, what it was like, and what it's doing to my life now. I mean, really the only thing it's doing to my life is how people are refusing to welcome me back in society. Something I read that victims will need. They will need someone. They will need an invitation back into society. I didn't get it. I won't. I can only imagine what the internet's going to have to say about this. I don't care anymore. I don't care that the world is ashamed of me. too many people in our world suffer from PTSD. It's been a common ailment long before it was recognized as such. Oh, I made that jump. I don't know how. I think as we get a little better as a society, as we grow up a little bit as a race, we will accept what trauma does to people as a little more normal, and not torment them further for it. And I'd rather be a part of that than suffer hiding who I am, pretending I'm something different because I'm scared people are going to... Oh, I think I just... Because I'm scared of what people have to say. But after what I've just seen, after the hell I have just been through, after the marsh I have just swum, I really doubt words can be quite so horribly daunting. I really doubt that there is anything anyone can say that would make me shrivel up and die when PTSD didn't. I could never quite figure out the acceptance part. Accepting that what happened to me will always be with me, or what happened to me will always scar me. It just didn't quite feel right. It didn't feel like the truth. Yeah, I will beat you with a block of wood. Don't think I won't. I'm betting you'll break first. Well, he didn't. The nights are always longer than the days. I could never figure out the acceptance part of everything, because it just didn't seem like the truth, that I should accept that I will forever be just a scar of my former self. I don't think that's what they meant by acceptance at all. think this is more what acceptance has always felt like. Accepting that after all of this, after years of pain, years of work, and now the entirety of my world deciding that none of that was worth anything to them. After all that, being able to accept that I love myself anyway. That they're wrong. And that I am worthwhile, and I am worth having in society. And if they don't think so, then who the hell are they? Why are they worth any of my time? Yes, it's my family, and yes, it's my best friends, and yes, it's the people I have spent the past too long of my life with. No matter how many times you shoot me down, I am still going to respawn and beat a tree. I am a whole human being, damn it. I have every right to feel that way. And anyone who tells me differently can shout that to the high heavens because it will fall on deaf ears. You can tell me I'm not worth it, that I don't deserve to be in society. Screw you. I am a human being. And I'm gonna live my life as one. Even if I am the only one here that thinks so. I'll make a home. I'll build it from scratch. And I'm not gonna hide who the hell I am. I'm gonna change. Because I don't want to be exactly the way I am right now. I have plans. I have a future. There's so many ways I want to grow. And I'm not gonna hate myself like everyone wants me to. It's just not worth it. Alright guys, I'm gonna try to sleep. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. I'll see you next time.